Hello, welcome back to HunterTuned. Forgot to film an intro today, so I'm just gonna do it now at the end of the video. It's not the end. Whatever, Hunter. So yeah, anyways, today we got some stuff done on a few cars. Showed you a possible new project and some other things, some random HunterTuned shenanigans. So if you enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and enjoy.
What are we doing today?
Oh, we're all cruising in this freaking nasty race car. Sunday drive. Well, here we are. Beautiful day. Beautiful torn down Volkswagen. So my buddy has a, what year is this thing? Like 60s or late 50s, early 60s Volkswagen? Somewhere in there. Somewhere in there. And it had a boxer motor in it. So it had this thing. I don't know what displacement this is, but I think it's similar to like the Dung Beetle from Street Outlaws, where they like turboed one of these motors because it's an old school boxer opposing Volkswagen motor. And he pulled this out because this motor is really clapped out and doesn't make any power whatsoever. He's got some extra frame parts here, and we got the Volkswagen, the rest of it. It has a transmission that goes this way with CVs going out. And what we want to do is we want to put a Honda motor in this thing somehow, some way, shape or form. This is going to be a project because I have no idea how the fuck we're going to do it. And I think the only way that we figured out that we could sort of make it work, it doesn't have to be pretty, but just functional, is we want to take a Civic and cut it like right here, cut the whole front end off of a Civic and then ass pack it into the back of this thing. So we literally have just a whole Civic, but on the back of a car. So we'd put the motor in, you know, with the, you know, like where the doors is, would be where, you know, the seats are in this thing. And, right? Oh no, because the headlights would be, no, then the wheels would spin backwards if we put it that way. So we would have to ass pack it. So like the headlights would be in where the seats are. Yeah, okay, so we'd stuff it in that way, and then the tires would spin the right way. The only issue would be is the shift linkage would be coming out backwards, and I don't know how we'd make a linkage to, you know, do all that. What do you think of this whole situation, Michael?
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yep. But, I don't know. We got a bunch of spare parts laying around, so we might try to do this. If you guys have ideas, you should let us know. And if you guys have like a link to a video of somebody that was doing something like this, that'd be really cool, because we kind of want to do this project and have like a ice racer, or go to the sand dunes, or just do wheelies with it or something. I think that'd be really cool. So let us know what you think, and we'll keep you updated on this project. I think my buddy Jacob is actually just going to cut this whole suspension right out of this thing, so the frickin' buggy ends right here, and then this will all be gone. And then we'll try to find a front clip off of a car and ram it in the back of it, weld it on, and ship it.
I was thinking technically this could be a hobbyist car.
It doesn't have a title though.
It would be a rebuilt one. You'd have to get it inspected.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. No.
But normal.
We'll just make it fast enough so we don't have to stop for cops. What did you do to this motor?
Nothing.
What'd you do to this thing, T-Bag?
That was a very majestic shot of T-Bag.
Yes, it was. That was a very... Yeah.
Thanks for giving me a retinal scan if I needed it.
Let's ask the people if they think this engine bay is sexy.
Alright, we're getting no comments.
Yeah.
So T-Bag got his motor in the car and just put the harness on it because he didn't know where some of the stuff went. So I just came over here and plugged in a few sensors for him and showed him where some stuff went because he was kind of confused with like the two plugs over here by the VTEC solenoid. There's a pressure switch and like this coolant temp sensor are both like the same style plug. There's a lot of these plugs on the car, so like your idle air control valve and the VTEC pressure and the coolant temp on the head and fan switch on the thermostat housing, intake air temp on OBD1 cars, and yeah, so it can be kind of confusing, but I came over here to try to show him where some of the stuff went, and yeah, now he just needs to get a couple other things and he'll be all good to go. Like, what do you need, T-Bag? A valve cover gasket, a distributor,
ECU,
OBD2 to OBD1 jumper harness. What year is this car? Is this 97? So it's OBD2A.
Hey, Canada.
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 Why do you have to get a valve cover gasket? Doesn't someone owe you one of those?
No,
Nope, we work something out, bitch.
I got this nice
Bitch.
DC, racing header.
Yeah, I
DC
traded him a
sport
goddamn header for, yeah. Did you paint that?
Yeah, it doesn't look a lot better. That's why I messaged you. I said bump up resale value.
Yeah.
And look a mint.
Look at the mint, a minty mint.
Hey, where does this ground go?
I don't usually run grounds there, but you could probably put it anywhere in the motor. Okay. Like on the alternator bracket or something.
Alright, yeah, because I had one here, and then there's one there, and then the one here, and then one on the, obviously the one for the thermostat housing, but...
Oh, you're really grounded.
I was going to put it on this valve cover, but then it's already grounded. Yeah, it didn't make much sense, so...
Well, if you do ground to the valve cover, make sure you ground to a stud. Don't ground to like this,
right? Because
this isn't doing anything. You have to go to a stud, which actually grounds the whole motor.
So then why do they put that there?
This is for, you know, like the factory has like a ground here and then a ground here, and it's like tied into one kind of thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
But I don't know why else it's
the
there.
power steering ground.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then I bought this $38 and some change throttle position sensor, and I broke it trying to get the T-bracket on the mount. So, a little bit of a warranty exchange. Edit that out. No, I'm just kidding. Well, then because that sensor...
I usually don't even run the pressure switch, and I just tie D6 and A4 together, and then I run one wire out and go right into the solenoid. You know what I mean?
You're filming a lot right now.
It's alright.
No, you had it up.
You lost me.
You had it like the ceiling.
Did I?
No, no, you didn't.
No, shut the fuck up, Michael.
You lost me. So you
okay, so I fucking get rid of this completely and just run A4, which is the VTEC solenoid on the OBD1.
Yep.
A4 and D6. You take those two and you twine them together, and then you run one single one off of there, run it out, and go right to here.
Oh, okay.
It's easy, dude. It takes me like 38 seconds, 0.2.
Okay, so then what would happen if I did run this?
I mean, you can run all this, and it'll work just fine. I just a lot of times like I don't know. I just don't like running the pressure switch for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I just don't.
One more thing to go wrong.
No, you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay, guys. So video might be all over the place, and I think that's just how I'm gonna do them from now on. I'm just gonna film things, and then you'll just watch it, hopefully. But anyways, we got back and we took this thing out for its first drive over to my buddy's place to check out his Volkswagen that we might be building. This is the motor that I have laying over here. This is just an LS B18. It's a B18A, so I mean, I don't know. We might throw that in the go-kart Volkswagen thing. That'll be really cool. But we did take the car out and drove it a little bit, and everything was good besides when you would get into the throttle and make some boost, the fuel pump hat area would leak. So So back here by the fuel pump hat, like all in this area would be spraying fuel out. And I think the top hat here was leaking because all the bolts weren't in it, and the seal wasn't sealing very well. So I put some RTV caulk shit around the seal area just to kind of help aid sealing it, and I put some more nuts on the top there. I put all the nuts in it and tightened them all down, so hopefully that doesn't leak anymore. But that was pouring fuel out. It would spray up because from the wind under the car it would push, and it would just kind of make the fuel spray all over. So we got that done. Also, this guy said there was an oil leak on this car, and he wasn't lying, because when we took it out and actually made some boost with the car, the whole underside of the car is soaked in oil now. So I went underneath the car by the catch can fittings, and the catch can fittings were loose. So I'm hoping that the fitting was just loose, and I tightened it up, and I'm going to clean all the oil back off of it, and hopefully all is good and it's not going to leak oil all over anymore. If that's not it, I have no idea where it would even be coming from, because I mean, it's in the oil filter area where the sandwich plate is and stuff, but I feel like if the sandwich plate was leaking, it would be leaking all the time, and it wouldn't be just leaking in boost. And like I said, when I was idling in the garage and everything yesterday or the day before, there was no oil leaks at all. But now that we hit boost, made some crankcase pressure, I think the catch can fitting was leaking. So, and it would hit the axle, and then the axle would fling it literally all under the car. So we got that all cleaned up now, squared away. This thing's on 16 pounds of boost right now on the wastegate. This wastegate spring is actually pretty big for this car. I like to run like a 4-pound spring in the gate, like something super small, and then, you know, have a 4-port solenoid and be able to cram 30 pounds in it up top if you really want. But this car might have trouble getting out of the hole and hooking up in first and second gear because it has such a high wastegate spring. But we're just going to do with what we got here, and we'll go out and test this thing here in a little while again and see if it's leaking at all. But what do you think of this car, Michael? Is it a street car?
Yep.
You think so?
Your shirt says so. Oh, should we show the back of it? It says street car or no car.
It is a street car. Okay, all right. It is a street car. We could go.
Hey, it's not tubed. It's got full body on it.
Steel doors, quarters, and roof.
Extra small tires.
Yeah, these are extra small tires compared to that. Yeah, I mean it's just a very, very rough ride.
It's not a daily driving street car.
It's not like a friendly daily driver.
Wake up at 6 in the morning and drive to work.
Right, because it literally it's got blocks, drag suspension on it, and this thing's bouncier than a son of a bitch.
It's not bounce. It's stiff.
It's stiff as a son of a bitch. Well, you bounce in the seat because like my boobs are jiggling.
Right, because the car doesn't move.
Right.
It's a brick.
It's a brick. Brick. Coat of brick.
eBay, you get the same bouncing, but that's the springs going up and down.
Right.
Yeah. Would I daily it? On weekends.
Yeah.
Would you? No.
I mean, I bring it out if some motherfucker called me out, and I'd be like, all right, bitch. But how do you think, what do you think of the power so far on low boost?
Want it.
Yeah, it's nasty. I don't even think we filmed a pull, did we?
Yeah.
We filmed a pull on this thing?
I think I was filming, yeah.
And then did you get the fuel leak?
No.
Oh. You might have cut the camera off because we were freaking out. Oh my god, there's fucking fuel leaking everywhere.
Yeah.
But third gear it spins with these slicks on 16 pounds. But
this is what I want next year.
It screams,
16
man.
pounds is
She's
what
a
I
fucking
want.
screamer, dude. This thing makes jam. This thing makes some jam. As all these tuners would say. Like Christian Morrison built and Brent and all these guys.
Rad.
This bitch makes jam.
Pretty rad.
It's pretty rad. Alright, about to take this thing out for a drive and see if we got any oil leaks still, and see if that fuel leak in the back is fixed or not. And hopefully Michael will record.
We're out of soap.
What?
We're out of soap. See? We're out of soap. Paint remover is, I guess.
I got more brake cleaner. Look, there's one up there.
This is almost empty too. This stuff works pretty well.
Is it mint?
Yeah, it takes all that JB weld off my hands.
Yeah, because we're working on Michael's car. He had a boost leak at his intake air temp sensor, and he just JB welded that bitch in. So hopefully his car won't have a boost leak anymore, because when he turned it up at the track, it wouldn't get any faster and whatever. And we also found out something else with Michael's car, so maybe we'll go play with that thing too. We found some stuff. We found some stuff. Alright guys, so we have been messing with this frickin' car for like the whole day, damn near. And every time we take it out, it spills oil all over the frickin' bottom of the car. And if you just start it and idle it in the garage, it doesn't leak. But as soon as you hit like big boost, it sprays oil everywhere. So we took the oil sandwich plate off and we re-RTV'd all the fittings that are going into that. We checked over the seal, everything on the sandwich plate looks good, and there's really nothing else on the back of the block that's gonna spit oil everywhere other than these fucking catch can fittings. So we took the oil catch can fittings and the hoses off of the car that go into the back of the block. Now to start, these were loose, so I tightened them and we took it out for a drive. Still leaking. So we came back, these are the hoses that are on the car, and this one you can see it spins nice and easy. And you can see this one is jammed and it's like crooked, like this fitting is messed up on the end. So I don't know, we tried a vape test here. I'm gonna cap one end off. And as you can see, it's leaking out of that area. So I think that's our culprit, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just kind of doing as much as I can here to try to fix this thing and see what's up. But I think this fitting is junk. Alright, so we are out here now tuning on Michael's car a little bit. We ended up playing with Michael's car today, and I said, dude, just for the hell of it, let's try to retard the cam timing one tooth and see if the car picks up at all. Like, who knows, because this car kind of falls off up top. And we were just kind of playing around and we're like, let's just try to retard the cam gear. One tooth retarded. And we did that and the car started running like 1,000 times better. So I don't know, like on these Y8 heads and the cams and stuff, on the cam gear and timing cover here, there's a mark like on the lower left here, and then there's a mark on the higher right. And you can't line both of them up at the same time. And I normally just time them to this mark on the left because it's even with the head. But on this guy, we ended up just throwing the timing so the mark on the right side lined up this time, which was retarded one tooth from where it was. And the car is like way smoother.
You're recording?
Yeah, I am.
On what? Oh. Where? Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Dude, that lighting right there really makes this thing shine. That looks good.
Well, we totally would be already tuning right now, but we're sitting out in front of my house, and
Whisper really quiet.
there's cops on my street, like 2 houses down.
We don't know if we should get them raspberry or blueberry donuts.
So yeah, we're just sitting here kind of patiently waiting for the smoke to clear. Ooh, one of them just left. All right, so yeah, we're just sitting here waiting because it's kind of late, and yeah, so we're gonna go rip on Michael's car. All right, guys, didn't really film anything with Michael's car. I forgot to bring my fucking camera with when we went out driving with his car, so I apologize about that. We moved his cam timing, and the car runs way smoother now. The air fuel is not like as fluctuating as much, and it's seems to be happier all around. So yeah, got that sorted out. Michael's car's running a lot better. We're still gonna do some testing on it. Got kind of late, and didn't get to tune, you know, completely, but we did turn it up to like 25 pounds of boost again, and it's definitely ripping pretty hard. So hopefully we'll get some more footage with his car one of these days, tomorrow and next day, something like that. And hopefully I'll get to go test this thing tomorrow, this hatch that we're working on. Hopefully I'll get to go test this tomorrow and see if that catch can fitting was indeed leaking or not, because with the vape test, it was leaking at the fitting, like where it screws in, and it was like jammed, and it wasn't like, you know, free spinning anymore. So I'm thinking that that possibly was where it was leaking, because it was only really on the right side of the bottom of the block where it would kind of spit. It would spit all over the T-bracket and shit like that, spit oil everywhere. So got that sorted out. Hopefully it'll not leak anymore, and hopefully we can get this thing dialed in. I think I got to play with the boost control settings on this thing, because it's actually on like 22 or 23 pounds, and that's way too much. So it's not too much. This car was tuned on like 35 pounds, but I want to get it turned down and see what wastegate spring is in it, so I can set up this guy's boost by gear for him for when he goes racing. Because if we can get the boost by gear set up, he'll be able to get out of the hole a lot easier, and you know, not be spinning the whole fucking track. So yeah, anyways guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed us kind of rambling all over the place today. It's just kind of how it goes sometimes when you're busy. I've been extremely busy today. I did a bunch of shit, and I tuned 3 fucking cars, and worked on this thing, worked on Michael's car, went over to my buddies, yeah, you whatever. And I just filmed it for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy that kind of stuff. So if you do, leave a like, please, because that'll tell me if you guys really do enjoy the all over the fucking place vlog style random shenanigans that we're doing every day. And if you do, yeah, just hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and we will see you tomorrow for another video. Have a good one.